Group Testing Officer. Now, in the series SSB Made Simple, let us now come to the tests which are conducted by the Group Testing Officer. The GTO, as he is commonly known as in the abbreviated form, is a trained officer who wants to check your officer-like qualities by putting you as a member of the group. Simply speaking, he has got two basic kind of tests. In one test, which can be called as verbal test, you are required to speak. And the second test, which to simplify as a layman, we can call as activity test, where you are put as a member of a group and are required to act, take part in action and activity, not to forget, as part of a group. Now let us take both these kinds of tests one by one. Firstly, the verbal test of a GTO. The first and foremost is an individual lecturate. Now, a lecturate is a plain and simple method of giving you a topic and allowing you to speak from a pedestal as part of a public speaking. If you have to speak as part of a group from a podium as a public speaker, we will give you 4 topics and allow you to pick up one of your choice. Now again, there is a myth. The students feel that they must select the most difficult topic. Should you? Well, I'll leave the choice to you. But I personally feel that you must choose the topic on which you have got your facts and figures right, you have been able to do a proper analysis of which, and that you have an opinion of an officer. Having selected a topic, you get 2 to 3 minutes to select your topic and organize your thoughts. This time of 3 minutes, you have to utilize in organizing the sequence of your thoughts. An introduction is a must. For a 3-minute lecturate, 30-second introduction is good enough. Then you have to organize your main body in various paragraphs or subheadings. 3 to 4 subheadings, 30 seconds each would actually take you to 2 minutes. And then a good and a well-defined conclusion. Now that is what we want. A good lecturate, you are able to put your thought process in a very convincing manner. Let us take all these one by one. Introduction. Introduction basically has few definite parts. Number 1, catching of attention. Everybody's attention must come towards you. Second, importance of the topic as such. Third, importance of the topic for the audience. And the fourth one is what is going to come. Let me give you an introduction. Children, the population of the world is increasing so fast that by the year 2050, people will start dying of starvation. Here, we must understand the reasons that ensure that we must be able to control this population and have sufficient food for people to eat on this planet. In next few minutes, we'll try to understand the reasons why the population is growing at a faster pace than the resources, and also the methods to overcome the problem on this planet. Now, in this introduction, the first sentence was basically a fact or figure given to catch the attention. The importance of topic was displayed in another. I also tried to give you a glimpse of what is going to come. Now, this is how a good introduction actually catches the eye of everybody in your group. Then they become attentive because they know that they are going to listen something which is very interesting. The next part is main body. Now, if I have to speak on a topic, I must say my main body will consist of, firstly, the reasons for population growth. The second thing, the impact or effect of population growth. Third thing, how to control it. Fourth thing, how to apply those control measures. On each, I have decided I'll go in a particular sequence, and that is as per my thought process. Nothing is right or wrong. You can use your own thought process to develop your idea. But then it should be properly sequenced. If it is sequential, then you will be able to cover everything and not miss out on any major issue. In the end, there has to be a conclusion, a proper conclusion, which actually summarizes of whatever you have said. In case there has been analysis, then the conclusion. Main points that people must remember out of this. Remember, in a lecturate, your marks will be immediately after the conclusion. So the conclusion again must be impactful. I'll dwell more on this when I take a session on public speaking. For now, sufficient for the lecturate. The next verbal or communication exercise which the GPO has is group discussions and half group discussions. In one, you are given a topic. In the second one, the group selects their own topic out of 3. In both cases, the leader is not nominated. In both cases, what the GTO is trying to see is your power of communication, your ability to influence, your social adaptability, your sense of responsibility, how you can emerge as a leader in any group, in any situation, whether they are all jumping jacks, whether they are all silent partners, nobody is speaking, or there is total machli bazaar, or there are 2 people dominating, or there are 4 dominating, or there are 8 dominating, or there is none who is willing to open up. In any of the group, our so-called successful candidate should be able to influence the task that has been given to the group and contribute effectively to the task. And the task here is progressing of the group discussion. It is not necessary for you to be first, it is not necessary for you to be second, it is not necessary for you to be third. But you must be in first few to speak. Because if you hold on your point for a little longish time, you will realize that somebody else may speak your topic, may speak your point, and may steal your thunder. Therefore, what is important is that you should give out your point in a concise manner, brief, to the point, contribute to the task of the group, that is progressing the discussion. Each candidate must speak 4 to 5 times. Whenever you get a point, you must be confident enough, you must be proactive enough, you must have the initiative and the confidence to go for your topic, to go for your point. Do not stretch it too much, otherwise somebody else will steal your thunder. You will not be allowed to speak for a long time. So be prepared to speak very logically, strictly something which is very urgent and important. That is what is important for you. Contribute. Participation, Chess number 3 spoke very well and he was totally off the topic, and I totally agree with him. And actually, if given a chance, I would like to reiterate whatever he has said, and he has said this and he has said that, has no meaning. It actually has no meaning. This is not contributing to my group discussion. So you get no credit for it. The third verbal exercise or the communication exercise is group planning exercise. Here on a map you are explained a set of situations, 3 or 4 of them. You are given some resources by way of a team, a scout team, a NCC team, football team, something like that. So that you have certain resources. On a map you are explained the situation. You are required to perceive the time and distance. You are also required to perceive the proper prioritization. And the priority is simple. The priority is actually decided by urgent important metrics. If you do not know urgent important metrics, YouTube it. Search for it in YouTube. In 3 minutes, urgent important metrics will be clear to you. Anything which is urgent and important must be dealt with first. Anything which is important but not urgent should be done next. Anything which is not important but urgent should be delegated. And anything which is not important, not urgent, does not require your attention and wastage of time. So, your prioritization is based on urgent important principle. The next thing is you make a plan and then you discuss your plan. As a group, do not get married to your plan. Anybody who has been able to put in a more worthwhile solution, please use it. The aim is not to arrive at a best plan. The aim is to arrive at a workable plan. And what the GTO in all the 3 exercises is looking at? Your communication, your power to influence, your arguments, your confidence, you coming up with great ideas or successful ideas to convince the group, your debating technique, your social adaptability, your being able to focus on the task which has been given to the group. If you can fulfill all these requirements and you can prove yourself to be a worthy candidate, a worthy team member, a worthy group member, sometimes a good leader, sometimes a good follower, but all the same a useful one at that. If you are able to help the group in arriving at workable solutions, you are our man. We will discuss the second part of the GTO test tomorrow, which will include the group tasks, the progressive group tasks, the final group tasks, and the obstacle race. Thank you. Jai Hind.